Hi, I'm Lynne Richmond, Communications and Public Affairs Specialist at the Advisory Council on Historic Preservation. With me today is Jay Vogt. He is the newest member of the Advisory Council. He was just sworn in this morning. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And welcome. We're standing here in Washington, D.C. outside the National Building Museum where the ACHP is meeting today. Jay, I am sure that our viewers want to know more about you. Tell me, first of all, Jay is the South Dakota State Historic Preservation Officer. So have you been living in South Dakota your whole life?
I am a South Dakota native. I grew up in the city of Mitchell, home of the world's only Corn Palace, and had a great time growing up in South Dakota. I went to school at Augustana University in Sioux Falls, great liberal arts school. I pushed liberal arts education. And then after that, I went directly to Pierre, the state capital, and I've been working there ever since.
So when did you become interested in historic preservation?
Well, you know, the interesting thing is I grew up in a neighborhood that was a 1950s planned neighborhood. And we all had small little ranch-style houses, and it was a real comfortable place. You played out in the street and all kinds of things. However, I was always fascinated with an old house or an old building. And my dad had been a businessman on Main Street in an old building and had some unique features about it that I always just found intriguing. I thought I was going to work in politics my life, and after 8 years of that, I decided that really wasn't where I wanted to be, and I ended up, luckily, with the South Dakota State Historical Society, and then later on moved into the historic preservation area.
What was your degree in?
My degree was in political science, but I had a minor in speech drama and in history.
Okay, well, it sounds like you have a great background there to do that, but what people might not realize is that this is not your first go-around with the ACHP, that you actually have been involved with us before when you were the president of the National Conference on State Historic Preservation Officers, NCSHPO.
That's right. I've been the SHPO since about 1996 in South Dakota. It's been a great experience. I just love this part of my job. And then I did serve for 4 years as the national president. And as the president, you are served under law. You serve on the Advisory Council on Historic Preservation. So that was a great experience and a wonderful time.
How do you feel that experience then will enhance your experience now as an expert member of the council?
Well, I think in several different ways. One, my years of experience as a SHPO really serves me well in this capacity. Being back on the board, it's interesting because I know the process, I know how things go. I've got a good handle on most of the staff members and where their work assignments are, and working with my staff and the Advisory Council staff, it's a really good connection.
So what do you feel that you can bring to this position?
I think I bring the sense of practical advice. I think I coming from the West and representing the West in a certain kind of way. It really does provide me an opportunity to look at things from a Western perspective, provide that experience, and look at things as having the SHPO experience too.
So do you have any specific goals that you're eager to accomplish while you're here?
Well, I really don't have an agenda on the Advisory Council, but you know, the Advisory Council is really key in terms of helping federal agencies keep into account cultural and historic properties and sites, and that is just very important. But those things also are important in terms of economic development, heritage tourism, and telling America's stories. That's what we're all about. And I'm hopeful that in my next 4 years on the Advisory Council, I'll be able to help with that and see that forward.
Great. Thank you so much, Jay. We're really looking forward to the next 4 years or more with you. And welcome. And again, Jay Vogt, the newest ACHP Expert Member. I'm Lynne Richmond, Communications and Public Affairs Specialist at the ACHP. Thank you for joining us.